Jai Gurudev. This Abhang, which Namdev wrote, is so beautiful. Remember when I was painting, the painting of this Abhang actually, it's so beautiful. You see that relationship between Bhagwan and Bhakta, yesterday we were talking, it is a unique relationship. That uniqueness of relationship, even the first bhajan what we sang, Tum hamare the Prabhuji, tum hamare ho, tum hamare hi rahoge. We can say that, you are mine, you know, but we forget about it. Life come, death come, we forget about it. But Bhagwan never forget about. You know. For whatever reason, we keep coming, but Bhagwan keep reminding. We keep forgetting. We have Alzheimer. You know, this is, nowadays we have this, but we have already taken this stage of Alzheimer for many lives. And Bhagwan is so patiently keep reminding of his relationship to us, and we patiently keep forgetting it. We forget the love that we receive very quickly. But when we have hate, we remember it always. Maybe not only in one life, we keep reminding ourselves also in many lives, because that is karma. Na? It catches, and whatever bad you have done, you will be doing again. Nothing changed. But through the grace of the Sadguru, he come as a reminder of what is the most important. Yeah. That beautiful story of Namdev and Lord Vitthal is such a deep relationship, which we can see. Here Namdev Ji Maharaj is saying, Bhagwan, please take that milk and drink. Open. And Pandrinath Maharaj ki jai. Giridhari Lal ki. So Namdev Maharaj asked him, Bhagwan, please take the food. Take what I'm offering to you. But Bhagwan, keep Namdev waiting. So Namdev said, if you don't take, I will be called by my father. Because you see, Namdev was always looking what the father was, how his father was serving Thakurji. And he saw that he's offering food. So in the mind of a child, you know, it's like this. Oh, Bhagwan have really taken the food and he have eaten it. That's what the leftover we receive as prasad. So one day the father of Namdev left, and he said to Namdev, you do the puja. You do the offering. And Namdev didn't know how to chant any mantra, how to do any of your prayer. So he just sit there and remember how his father was doing the prayer. And in that way he offered milk, he offered food to Bhagwan Vitthal. Whole day he didn't eat because Bhagwan didn't eat. He waited that Bhagwan will eat first and he will have prasad. Bhagwan didn't eat. Whole day. Night time arrived. Still Bhagwan didn't come and eat. So Namdev was worried. Maybe I'd done something bad. That's why Bhagwan have not come to have my food. Maybe I didn't chant the mantra properly. or anything. So Bhagavan Vitthal was so merciful to him. He appeared to him and received the food. Similar story is in the life of Sant Raidas, the guru of Mirabai. Raidas he was from a very low caste, and he was mending the shoes of everybody. You know the story of Raidas. So it's similar. The Brahmin of that place, they were always against him. He said, how? You see, at that time, only the Brahmin was allowed to chant the mantras. How you are chanting now. At that time, only Brahman was allowed to chant. And that was a great offense if anybody else will do that. No. So the Brahman was very proud, and they said to Raidas. Actually, what happened was Raidas received from a sadhu, which is Giridhari himself, who came in disguise and gave Raidas something. He gave Raidas a blessing for whenever somebody wants to have food, he gave him Akshapatra. Whatever food he wants, it will be there. So he can feed thousands of people through that. And that, of course, brings jealousy. That person who live in a hut don't have anything, and yet he's feeding thousands of Brahmins, thousands of sadhus, thousands of saints will come to his house, he will feed them. So they were wondering how. So the Brahmin plotted against him and went to the king and complained. Said, you see, Raidas is very rich, but he's lying. So you have to investigate into him. How come he is so rich, feeding all these people? Then he said, well, they approached him and said, Bhagavan himself, it is through his grace, but I'm feeding everybody. They didn't believe him. No. So they challenged him. Said, how come that Bhagavan can come to you, a lowly person like you, who work with dead animal skin, and don't come to us, great Brahmin, who sing nicely to him, who knows all the great mantras. So Sant Raidas said, well, that is his business, it's not my business. Why he came to me? So Sant Raidas, the Brahmin said to Sant Raidas, we will see to whom Bhagavan will take the prasad, for whom he will accept. So you see that all the Brahmin have assembled together, and they were all chanting all the mantras, Suktam, Purusha Suktam, and all the mantras one after the other. Whole night passed, the Saligram Bhagavan have not done anything, he was just there. Sant Raidas, when he started singing, Sant Raidas said, Bhagavan, I don't know anything. I don't know any more mantra. I don't know any suktam, nothing. What I can say to you, just please eat this food. And then at that moment, he composed one of the most beautiful songs. In that song, he said, Bhagavan, as you have eaten whatever the Gopas was giving you when you were traveling, I'm offering you the same way this food. Come and eat it. But there was so much love into it, but Bhagavan is taught to dance. He started moving. So seeing that, they were all shocked. So what triggered that? What triggered really that Bhagavan accept for somebody and don't accept for somebody. He shows his grace to someone, and to others he don't show his grace. It's not that he loves some people and he don't love somebody. He said in the Gita, I'm neutral to everybody. But he responds to what we have inside of us. We talk about love. What is this kind of love, what we know? Our love is just yes, no. When we like something, we say yes. And the moment we don't like, we say no. The same people come into our life, we love them as long as it profit us, benefit to us. And the moment we don't feel that love anymore, we divorce them. We run away from them. Because we don't know the consistency of prem. Now, earlier we were singing Priyatam. No? We know only lovers, just random. No? Come and goes. But that consistency of prem, only true lovers of God knows that. In any situation, the saints keep loving. And they don't love selectively. They just love. They love unconditionally. They don't see that person is a, caste way, Shudra, this one is a Vaishya, this one is a Brahmin, this one is a... No, they just love. They don't see this one is somebody who have committed sin, that one have great personality, this one is rich, this one is poor. No, they just love. That is how Bhagwan is. They say. He responds to those who have that ultimate love inside of them. And the Guru keep reminding that. But you keep forgetting. Somebody went to a saint and said, Guru Maharaj, I would like to keep remembering everything what to do. But the moment I go into the world, I forget about it. What should I do? And Guru said, look, I'm not just here to speak nice word to you. I'm not just here to tell you what you want to hear. Because it's beautiful, to hear wonderful things and the mind get activated into that, and yes, you feel good about it. No. When you take sheltered at the Guru's feet, something is happening. Now, a great operation is happening. A great surgery is happening. And that surgery, when it's happened, it will not be the way what you expect it to be. It will be completely different. And the Sadguru, what does he have? He have Bhagwan. No? And in his surgery, he have to remove all that separate you from him. So that you can drink that ambrosia which he himself have drank. But you are so attached to your own misery that you don't want to let go. Sometimes the scolding of the Sadguru is a big blessing. Because out of that, a saint can be born. Nice word would not bring a saint out. they all want nice word, nothing will come out. Because the mind is not challenged. And the mind will not change. The mind changes only when there are challenges. Otherwise, you become vegetable. Nothing is moving, nothing is changing. Then how would you arrive at your destination without moving? You can't arrive at your destination if you don't move. So that's what the Sadguru does. He performs such a surgery in such a meticulous way. But very often you don't perceive it. We were talking about Sant Raidas. Similar, happened to Sant Raidas. In his life, before he was born as Sant Raidas, he used to be a very great devotee of Ramananda Swami. Ramananda Swami was such a great personality, but what surgery that he did to these great saints, but all his disciples become great saints. Raidas, Kabir, Tulsidas. Must be a very great surgeon. But it's not only him, it is also the receptivity of the disciple, the surrenderness of the disciple. So he had this devotee who will go around, Dumadukari, go around collecting alms, food for the ashram. But Sant Raidas at that time, you see, like I said earlier, they were very caste-oriented. Ramananda also was very caste-oriented. He was Brahmin and he was very strict Brahmin. Who broke his caste system was Kabir Dev. But he said to this disciple, go and ask Madhukari, but don't collect from anybody else. You have to take only from Brahman. So there was a shopkeeper. No, yes, a shopkeeper. Yes. He always wanted to give alms to the monk who come and collect, food, collect alms for the ashram. And he said, he always wants, but every time they pass by his shop, they will go away because he was not Brahmin. So it so happened that one day, that particular devotee of Ramananda was asking for alms, and it was raining heavily. So he came under the shop to shelter himself. So as the rain was not stopping, so he keeps standing there. And this time, so he could not go to the ashram without any food. So the shopkeeper said, that is an opportunity. Now you have to take my food, whatever I am offering to you, because you can't go to the ashram empty-handed. What they will eat. So thinking like that, he said, okay, fine, food is food, let me take it. So he took the food from the shopkeeper and he went to the ashram. The food was cooked and bhog was offered to Bhagwan. So Ramananda was in such a high level that he could perceive Bhagwan. Bhagwan would come and have prasad when he will offer. So this time Bhagwan didn't come. And he was wondering, maybe I have done something wrong. Maybe I should check that. So he checked everything was perfect. But what is there something wrong into why Bhagwan have not come? Why Giridhari have not come? Why Sri Ram have not come, So then he called that disciple and said to the disciple, where did you collect the food? He said, I collected, he could not lie, I collected from the shopkeeper, Ramananda looked at him and said, I cursed you. But next life, you will not be free, but you will be born again. So hearing that, it's a curse, it's a blessing from the Guru Maharaj. He could not do anything. So then Ramananda was thinking, why? What is the meaning behind that? So he closed his eyes and meditated on Sri Ram. Sri Ram revealed to him, but that food actually was not given by the shopkeeper himself. The shopkeeper had a friend who could not have children, and somebody told him that by giving food to Ramananda, if he eat it, you will be blessed by a son. So he saw that, and he said, okay, that is the Leela of Bhagwan. So don't worry, you will be born again into that family itself. That night itself, that disciple left his body. And eventually, that person who gave the food, not the shopkeeper, his wife became pregnant, and after some time, a son was born to them. And the particular thing is about this child. When he was born, he didn't even drink from the mother. So after 3 days, everybody was worried, what will happen to the child? He refused to drink the milk from the mother, so the child will die. So Ramananda was going out, and he changed his way, because he knew that his disciple was born again. So he came to the house. So Ramananda came to the house of this person. And when he came to they were so happy welcoming Ramananda ji. And they told that they have the child and the child will not. They said, of course he will not drink. So they said, please leave the child with me alone. I will initiate him into the divine name. So they went out. Ramananda was with the baby, who was named Raidas. So he named him Raidas, and he gave him the mantra. The moment he gave the mantra, the child started drinking again. So inside of Ramananda, the child said, Prabhu, how can I eat? These people you said not to take anything from anybody else, and these are not even Vaishnavas. Because the Vaishnava, when they eat, they offer everything to Bhagwan first, then they eat. This is the nature of a Vaishnava. No? They offer to Krishna, they offer to Bhagwan, and then they receive it as prasad. So these people, look what have happened to me. I beg from one shopkeeper, and I'm born again. So what will happen if I start drinking the milk from that woman? So please, bless them, make them Vaishnava. So Ramananda came out, blessed the parent, gave them Nama Diksha, gave them Mantra Diksha, make them Vaishnava. From then on, Raidas start drinking. So this is the nature of the Sadguru. He came to remind what is the most important, To remind that whatever we attach our mind to, if it is not permanent, you will suffer. You will have short-term happiness, but you will have to keep on and on and on, entertaining that happiness constantly to make yourself believe that you are happy, when in reality you are not happy. So this is not where the mind have to attach. The mind have to attach to the eternal happiness. And that eternal happiness is only Bhagwan himself can give. Only Vitthal Giridhari can give. Nobody else can give such happiness. And if you try to find that happiness in people, you will suffer. You are meant to suffer. And you will be unhappy. So let your mind attach to him. When the mind is attached to him, the mind is transformed. So Raidas' mind was transformed. He could remember everything from his past life. He didn't want to do the same mistake again. How many times would you do the same mistake? For him, Bhagwan's, Giridhari's name became the most important thing. That's why the Brahmin was very angry about him, because he was constantly chanting the name of Srihari. He said, how dare you chant the name of Srihari? You are not even a Brahmin. So he laughed at them. He said, what are you talking about, Brahmin? You are talking about the caste. You are talking about this. I've been Brahmin 7 lives. Look what I have become now. To prove it, that you were Brahmin 7 lives. So how could you prove? You see, of course, you are a Brahmin, you can take your, Janev out, and show to everybody, here, look, I am Brahmin in 1 life. Here he's talking about, I was Brahmin 7 lives, I've been Brahmin. Sant Raidas said, okay, fine, you want to see? Bhagwan will show you the proof. So he took a sickle, and he pierced him. He make a hole inside of him. And out of him, he pull out a gold janev, a gold thread. He pull out and he showed to everybody, here, look, are you happy? Well, you see, that's what I said, The reminder of why Bhagwan brought you on the spiritual path, why he constantly remind you of that, is because you hold something deep inside, which you have forgotten, but he have not forgotten. And what is the most important thing is to have that deep relationship with him. And to do everything in your possibility to attain to that eternal love. Not a love that says yes and no. To attain to that true love that is constantly flowing. And like I said yesterday to them, the saints are that example of that love, They live a normal life, they work into the world, they have their family, but still, their love for God, it is amazing. So, cultivate that intensity of love inside of you. But you can call Bhagwan Priyatam. No? But he can become your beloved itself. Not just for words, but also for each thought, each action, whatever you're doing, that you keep reminding you that he's your beloved. There's nobody else. Jai Gurudev.